Hey, what's up, guys? It's Matt Modai with OddsJam, and I'm about to lock in an MLB player prop bet for minus 108 odds. Locked in, perfect. That using the OddsJam app actually has the implied odds of roughly minus 150 based on the outcome of its occurrence in the last 5 games. So this is a positive expected value MLB player prop, and let's talk about it. So what we're looking at here is Zach Wheeler under 5.5 strikeouts, minus 108 odds on FanDuel Sportsbook. So the OddsJam line, which everybody knows as the sharpest line in the world in terms of pricing odds, this market that this lines are pulled from is the most efficient betting market across the world, across all books. So it's going to be viewed as what the market should truly be priced at, the quote-unquote true line. So with the VIG removed, anywhere in which we are getting more favorable odds than the OddsJam line, no VIG odds, is going to be a positive expected value play. So in this case, any situation in which we are getting better odds than minus basically 116, so minus 115 or lower on the underside, it's going to be a positive EV play. And that's exactly what we have here in Zach Wheeler at minus 108 odds on FanDuel. So the market width here is 34 cents, which is well within range for a player prop. Player props, I generally look at anything 40, 35 cents and below, depending on how good the play is. I won't go above 40 though. So this one being at 35, that's perfect. So everything adds up from the positive EV perspective. And the most important thing to look at is this percentage right here. This can be viewed as your quote-unquote percent edge over the sportsbook. This can also be viewed as your mathematical profit margin. So basically, the way it works is the larger the gap between the no VIG odds of the OddsJam line and the FanDuel line equals bigger edge over the sportsbook. It equals more mathematical profit margin. This one being at 3.6%, that's perfect. That's well within that. That's great. The way you can think about it is for every $100 placed on this bet, which is actually the exact amount I put on it, I put $100, you could figure to profit about $3.60. Now, I understand that $3.60 probably doesn't sound like a lot on first glance, but there's a couple things that you need to keep in mind regarding that percent. Number one, this is only one bet. So, you place, how many bets would you say you place a day if you want to count it? 10, 15, 20? Maybe your bankroll is higher than mine. So a $100 play for me is $150, $200, $500 play for you. So that one bet becomes 10, 15, 20 bets becomes, instead of $100, it's $200. And that would be what? 6.4%, 6.6%, whatever the math behind that is, 7.2. Excuse me. So another thing to think about is this bet will settle tonight. So it's not one of those things where you have to wait, a couple days or months or whatever for this 3.6% return. You will literally get it tonight. So all those bets that you're placing, you get all that profit tonight. So I understand that $3.6 for the $100 bet that I placed doesn't sound like a lot. It's just something that you need to keep in mind that A, it's just one bet, and B, it will settle tonight. So do that 7 days a week, and you're making hundreds of dollars a week instead of the $3.6. So that's how that percent makes sense. But before I go about placing the bet, there's 2 more things that I need to do. So check one from a math perspective. The second check that I need to do is that it's truly a pricing discrepancy across all of the sports books. So the OddsJam line prices this at minus 136, and it looks like every other sportsbook that we have odds for, BetMGM, Caesars, DraftKings, they all have this significantly closer to the OddsJam line. So this minus 108 on FanDuel, that is a true market discrepancy. That is a true pricing discrepancy. So check the box in that regard. And then the last thing that I like to look is at just recent player trends. How well has this player been performing recently? So number one, this is the OddsJam Props app. It's completely free to download on the iOS store, Mac, iPad, iPhone, whatever. Working on getting it on the Android. It's completely free to use, completely free. And it's just a really cool player historical research tool to look at how a player has been performing over time. The way I view the OddsJam Props app is it shouldn't talk you in to a negative EV bet, but you can use it to confirm confidence in a positive EV bet. And that's exactly what I did. So the way it works is you literally just type in the name of the player that you're looking to bet. In this case, mine was Zach Wheeler. And then you go down to the prop, mine was strikeouts thrown, and then it has all this information. So it has the entire season, it has the last 25, the last 10, the last 5. So what we see, and I'm actually playing the under, so I want to click this to the under. So what we see here is that Zach Wheeler has had a good year overall. He's gone over the 5.5 strikeout total in 10 of 16 games. But we see it's front loaded, right? We see that majority of his success is the beginning of the season. How well has he played recently? He hasn't played as well. He struggled recently. He only had 5 strikeouts in the past 2 games alone. 5 games ago. Of course, he had an 8 mixed in there as well. So the implied odds of the last 5 games is actually minus 150. So basically, we are betting on a play that has the quote-unquote true line of minus 116 odds, has the implied odds of minus 150 based on his success rate of the last 5 games, but we're betting it at minus 108 odds. So check. It checks all the boxes in terms of a positive expected value play. So as you saw, I hit this one for $100. I definitely recommend everybody tail this one. I'm just going to go ahead and add it to my OddsJam bet tracker to track it. And that's going to be it. That's going to be all I got for you. So thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.